Maybe it should be here when you
Then, we had on here, there's a request for a street lighting improvement.
Yeah, it's at the corner of Saw and Lumber Street. It's about down, it's at the intersection. Of Saw and Lumber Street. Well, on the go free. I don't know why they had never done a light there, but where Saw Street comes back out to Lumber. That's where they want the light at.
Right there by the old abandoned house.
Yeah.
So this would be an additional light that we would have to add on to our time.
Yeah. And the policy, the way the policy is now, what it's been doing is going next year's budget.
and approve them in August. What we're gonna do.
And the other issue on here is about annual leave. I'm not exactly sure. You know, the last meeting, if y'all came to a resolution with any change, I think his request has been for, be considered for a hardship. Our policy says that the max that they can carry over is 480 hours, and he requested 480 hours. But I think, Ms. Smith had an opportunity to go to the run some numbers that would bring him down to 480 hours. By the end of the year. So. I guess the question would be, should we consider them for hardship and paying, or is it one of those where he ends up taking off and we have to pay somebody to work in his place, or, I would do the council like to see him. And I do have a suggestion for how we can handle this in the future, so that, it doesn't require a change in our policy, but what it would do is be a process that the department heads can implement. And, help us get a handle on this excess need.
I have a little question with using the title hardship for this. The fact we've already discussed, it's gonna cost us money one way or the other. And in a sense, it's probably cheaper to pay them to stay on. The department head can agree with that. Different departments have that demand fixing different than others. It may not work, may not be as big of a requirement for public works as it may be for fire, for a number of people. May not be as much for policemen and police staff versus where staff now. So, there should be something that involves the department head can handle that without us getting into it. And if there was an issue, then that could come forward. But using it as a title of hardship, I'm not, really need that needs to be entered into.
I concur with you, and I had a discussion with the department heads about a process about what we can manage this. And basically, all it is that it is based on seniority. And by the first of the year, people would go in, they would put on the calendar with the department heads when they're requesting vacation. Once you go through it on that side, you flip it, and the person with the least seniority comes back and you put in, then they're looking for their vacation to make sure that all that hours is used. We don't run into the situation again. And that's something that we don't have to change our policy for. That's the procedure that the department heads. So, and then, it is more of a management tool, which does not mean that things don't come up, that something may have to be changed, but it's a management tool for them, so that they can manage the duties of the place. So I guess the question would be at this point, should we pay him for what it would take to bring them down to the 480,000.
Way to cover that at this time. If this would be handy.
So that's the main thing they're trying to do, is, you know, we get this one half of the resolution. So that would be, these are your calculations, Ms. Smith, 300.
383 something. 300 something hours.
That would cover it for the rest of the year.
That's if he does not take
Yeah,
off
if he
any
does take
days
off.
between now and Christmas. Or the end of the year, sorry.
Any more than- And then we'll do that as the problem is the their procedures, their policy, but the rest of the issue of time. And it just has to be managed to where they see there are different rates. I think for 24-hour employee is 480 hours, for 12-hour employee is what, 240. And then for a 8-hour employee, it's 120.
It all translates into days, 8 hour versus 12 hours, 24 hours, the same number of days.
And that's based on the length of service. Right. And so nothing in the policy changes. Policy stays the same.
Look, it's just gonna use the word harsh.
Right. Yeah, but we work on it too.
The one thing I did mention to the mayor when he was talking about this, and really, I guess for the police department, like what you said, currently they're so shorthanded that they may not be able to use their time by the end of the year. They either want them to roll over more time than what our book says, or pay them the difference. So I don't think you really can afford them to take off right now, can you? I mean, we can work with ours, we got a full staff.
That's pretty much everything I have, unless this Dixon comes in for the 5K run. I don't know if she can find any dates for that.
That's all I had was a little note.
All right.
We just know we'll try to find out, if you don't mind.
Yes, did you get the video of the concept park that matched that Stefan sent? Have you seen that?
No.
Micah, have you seen it?
Well, I went down.
So who's supposed to clean that up? I know Rick said he didn't think it was a part of the concept park.
I told him that was part of the park. Cause they wasn't cutting the grass back there and it got so high, and we went back there and cut it for them. So we could get it down where they could handle it with the zero turn. Told Ricky that was a parking lot back there. You remember several years ago, we went back there and put that milling in there and made that parking lot? That's where they're talking about back there. That is part of the park. So we cabled it off, you know, to the wooded part where you couldn't go down into the woods.
So you haven't seen the video? He sent the video to you, and he sent it to Rick too. But Micah, you've seen it, right? It's really bad. I thought it was like, not a part of the park. I thought it was civic club, I thought it was there.
No, that's extra parking for the park. We've done that years ago. So they have extra parking. You remember Anthony when they was having them big ball tournaments and stuff?
I did.
So who was gonna get the clean it up? Micah,
Now, we could go down there and get the mattresses and stuff, but all that household garbage is going to be picked up and put in the garbage, in the dump.
Is there any, like,
envelopes or letterhead or anything like that, someone's name on it?
I don't know, I hadn't done it through.
And Rick said we should put a gate up to stop them from going back there.
There was a cable up there. And, but the thing about it, they can come down the other side. If you don't keep all them cables up, they got two different ways they come in there. We had cables up, even going down to that bottom concession stand. We had a cable stopping them from going down in there unless they was having a ball tournament.
Anthony, we had to do
I don't know where he said it. I can see anything.
that was one day last week, I mean, 2 weeks ago.
But like I
Because
said.
Rick got it too, and he sent it to Anthony.
I
You didn't get it, then maybe.
I just did. But I checked my emails.
So who, Michael, y'all gonna clean it up, or who's gonna get cleaned?
It's wild, fun.
I mean, we can take our trash truck down there and pick the mattresses and stuff up and household garbage. It's gonna be picked up by hand and, you know. I mean, if y'all want my crew to go down there and do it, we'll do it, but now,
Then when y'all said organizing trash cleanup, they ain't gonna clean it up.
It's a dumpster down there, and it's like that belongs to the city.
that's the city's dump.
Did you see it?
Well, don't be in the case, what do you want done? You want to clean it up, or you want to sue?
Right. Well, Rita said, one item that they do, you get your group to do.
Yeah, it's gonna take a crew down there, there's stuff all out there, it ain't gonna take no couple hours, it's gonna take a half a day or so. There's a lot of stuff scattered out down to it.
Thing is, how you gonna, thing is, you need to stop.
That's your, that's what
Why
Rita
did
said,
they
we
get
need to
that bad?
stop.
Why did it get that bad and nobody knows that?
They, I don't know, well, see, it's kind of hidden back there, they let them behind the tennis court.
Yeah, cause I
You know that-
go back if I.
We used to keep that cleaned off, but it's grown up with bushes and stuff now, and you really can't see back there. You know, we went in there years ago and planted those oak trees there, and we used to keep it clean in there.
So once we clean it up, we need to buy a bed. Put a bed up there. But that's what.
Or you,
Stop it.
or you send the guys in there, maybe try to do tomorrow and see if I can find
They still got money. They had to pay. You didn't provide a budget, you come up with budget again this year. So, you know, there's money there. But us engaged to. Not sure any time going there. Oh, it's usually. Well, now, how this guy is going to.
You think it's anything that's by the time that when. That was the only way. She said, "Put that gate up, but you said it was in his on, but it's definitely." When I get there, get the distance.
They can't get that. They probably got to be what it's on. So they're.
You really can't see it from the pond, you can't really see it from the food. You have to go in there.
Yeah, you have to drive it down, you have to really see
You
it.
have to go back and not see it. So it's definitely fair.
I guess the question is, what you want, how you want to handle it.
What you want. You do that.
You want the city to have it, or you want?
You want to see what? I did, I found one, he said that he didn't think it was,
I can see your point if it's not, when somebody, if it's just maintaining the park, it's one thing, but if somebody's bringing in and using it as a dump, then that could be on their part.
Yeah,
It should be.
Now, the dumpster used to be up there by the pavilion. And I don't know when they got moved back there to that back parking. I don't know, I think they got moved back when the water line got busted down there, the truck going in there. But the truck used to turn in, well, I know they started keeping them gates shut on the sailing field, going into the pavilion. And, but now the dumpster used to be up that way. If we could find another spot and get the dumpsters up and get them in the open, you may not have that big problem. But still, some of this is not actually from the dumpster. It's just from stuff like on the tennis court, I mean, on the basketball court. You know, where, and I ain't saying, you know, folks that threw it out in the wood or just blown that in the tree line.
What do you think? What do you think?
You don't want to bring it up, what do you think? Who you want to do?
I honestly think, if we can go down there and clean it up, but if we go down there this time and clean it up, since it's part of the park and the Y is over the park, I think they need to be responsible for it from now on.
Yeah, so that you can think. So comfortable and tell him if they do it again, so he's gonna.
Well, now, yeah, think about it now. Y'all, the council has to tell Ricky what he got to do. I can tell Ricky that we're gonna go in there and clean it up. But now, as far as telling him it's his responsibility, it's gonna be up to y'all. Yeah, you know, because, you know.
But it's responsibility to take care of both parts. I mean, cut grass and maintain the lawn, right?
Yes,
You already went there and cut down something that should have been cut, so they can get in there, right?
we took our tractor down there and
So
put that back
my
side.
thing is, why take your guys off something else they could be doing, and he's already supposed to, his crew's already supposed to be doing it. You've done one good deed.
But they told me then they didn't realize that they were supposed to be cutting that back up.
See,
Part of the part.
Yeah.
You just can't mark out what you think is the part.
but I didn't think that was part of the problem.
Yes, ma'am, that's always been.
And that's the, I really think that was part of the problem.
So we've done that parking lot, we put cables all the way around.
So we're just like.
Even still up.
Yes,
So the dumpster is on which side of the cable?
the dumpster where we had the cable across the road, actually before there was a gate up there, as soon as you pass the tennis, basketball court. So whenever we've done that parking lot, we, and everything, we moved the gate on down and put a cable up there. So until you have, other people's got to access that other land back there. And that, you know, they had to have a key to everything.
So if they move the dumpster, or is there anything in the dumpster?
It's good.
Yeah, they've been dumping it, they dump it every week.
So if we move the dumpster back this way, it says, you know, there's no indication you got folks moving the part, then he moved cable.
Well, if the cable's still there, I didn't even notice it. When I wrote it down, I didn't pay no attention to if the cable was still there. It may be gone. It ain't been a lot. But now we can put another cable up too. And see, that's what was supposed to originally done. That parking lot was only been, be used for overflow. You know, like if they're gonna have a big tournament or something down there. They can let it go in the year.
Well, if we clean it up this time, then we let Ricky know that it's his crew's responsibility. They're confused about who's supposed to be doing what. I don't know why it was. Where it came from, but anyway, you know, well. He's supposed to be here on Friday, but here it is, that question. About that.
But we'll see if we can get it worked in this week. If not, we'll get it first.
So I don't know where the mattresses and all that came. You can put that, you can put that.
Yeah, if I can get that, we can take it to, you know, man.
There.
Chief Armstrong. Hey, we've had some break-ins in our neighborhood over in Eastwood and also Mayfield. Yeah, he is. Where'd y'all catch him? Is he a repeat offender or is mind bad or something? Yeah, but I mean, I saw one of my neighbors sent me a video of he actually pulling on her door.
We identified by the.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Man, that's a long one. You got 120 pound bull, that's.
It is. There's a whole lot of issues surrounding people who got mental issues
Yes.
in the city right now.
What's my question is, and I think I listened to you before. What will it have to take for us to be able to get the mental health center on Agriculture Drive back home? Is that a state or federal funded program?
I don't think Southwest was state funded. They're still in Virginia, but I don't think they have the members of the funding to stay actively running at that particular office. They still have one on. Hornady,
What was the name of it?
Southwest Alabama Mental Health. That was just like the activity center, I think.
Right.
But they still have active mental health awareness stuff out on Hornady.
I wonder how they're funded.
I know that.
And county has some input in it, but I don't know what that is.
Is that the same one?
It's state funded, we used to cover their board,
So it's state funded.
it's all state funded and mental health is, they keep chopping it and chopping it and chopping it.
And this is something that our town really needs.
It's 99% of the problem is not addressing mental health.
And you have such a vast age gap with people that need that kind of, facility. And even the caregivers, and he break.
I mean, look at the hospital, like, shut down.
So that's,
Some with group homes, some they just turn loose.
yeah, because like on the video that I saw, I knew this guy, his mind wasn't good at all. They could end up really bad, like somebody get killed.
Situation for our priorities.
What, does anybody else get real checks? Everybody very positive. Okay. Mine's postmarked July 6th, and I got it yesterday. I'm asking. Is there a reason why that was that late to get them sent out? Now, I've got an envelope here, postmarked July 6th, and I got it yesterday.
Your check.
Oh.
Yours not direct deposit, it's a
Mine's
check.
not very- I had to get a check.
Usually going to Montgomery, it's taking about 4 days.
Yeah, but I mean, why was it not sent till July 6th? I mean, For it to be postmarked July 6th, it
When
had,
he goes here, it doesn't get postmarked until he gets to Montgomery.
The checks were cut on Wednesday the 5th. Yeah,
No,
the
that's
checks-
payroll, that's
This is right.
payroll.
usually I get around 20.
I know when I mail out envelopes and stuff that come back. It's like a 2 or 3 week process. If they get returned back to me, it's like a 3 week.
Yeah, I understand that, but
That's
you put
pay-
it in here, they postmark it the next day in Montgomery. Now, how I got processed to come back here and get handled, that's something else too.
Payroll was processed on the 6th.
This is the last month.
June.
I get one check a month, I
I
don't
don't-
get paid. Get worried about
I
it.
can't answer,
Oh.
yeah, I do not
Okay.
know.
just
I just know-
wondered
I
what-
process this payroll.
You'd be surprised how.
I understand that, but six is a little far, is 2 weeks out from when it got postmarked, how did I got it?
Yeah,
I usually mail my thing.
I didn't,
I got late notice about
I
3 months.
understand it, I've done that too.
About 3 months later, the check came back to me, quarter of it, the envelope was torn. And it was returned, it took them 3 months to get it back. In the meantime, I got
Oh,
I mean, we got Christmas cards returned in February. But that, I mean, but I'm just saying, I mean, it's postmark the six.
I'll find out.
Anyway, yes, it seemed like it did get sent from here to somewhere close to that, let's say the first evening, that's still a week and a half from when it normally is. When did y'all get your direct deposit for last month's? Hey.
I think I got one for the 29th. It was that Thursday, the last Thursday.
One of these.
I can't keep it.
So-
I got it somewhere.
But usually it's usually in the early mornings.
It's possible, Mr. Before that it got put in the held checks to be handed out instead of mailed. That could be possible. But I don't
Starve or
know.
anything.
Yes, sir. I understand.
And then the email situation this time, did everybody get emails on time for the meeting and all this stuff?
I think Anthony found it here.
I mean, I still don't have it. I still don't have it. And she pulled the thing out of junk mail when we went in here earlier and it showed up on it, but it's still not on my category list. The last thing I've got is 20th of June. That's how I got.
I don't know what's going on.
But I mean, I think there's a lot that we actually have to have these minutes the day before the meeting. Yeah, I said it used to have to wait till we're from.
I sent them out yesterday afternoon, but we didn't have our department head meeting until 1 o'clock. So I'm gonna send them out at 2:30, something like that yesterday. I don't know why.
Sent one earlier.
I sent a tentative one on Friday.
Always sent out tentative.
Yeah.
And I got that didn't go.
I had nothing when you look at it on, I had nothing.
It's gotta be a problem somewhere with our email. Right. We'll get that checked. So we can get that. Right. Keith, right? Keith Armstrong?
That thing that Whitney Dixon helped them do for the juvenile diabetes foundation. You want to do like I say?
The run,
So all she needed was for us to, there was a motion to approve it for July 26th. Tim?
this one.
I got one more thing. Did we ever work anything out on bidding? We were gonna go to billing on the animal funds. And we were finding that this company that for the selection for it. Where are we in that process? Next mile, I think.
We still have not. We did get the letter that I needed and got some appropriate numbers. But the mayor, you still holding stuff on your desk, on the fan?
Yeah, we'll try to see what the thing may have.
Currently, and I don't know if I told y'all this or not, but the state implemented last quarter through the IRS, through the state IRS. I guess that's a proper terminology. Anyway, we having to report them now quarterly, every licensed transport agency in the state of how much money that we made transporting patients. And they're charging us 5% off of that. So currently, we're not charging, we're not having to pay. So if we start charging, we have to turn around and pay the state 5% of our income.
5% of the income at least. So we gotta get some income coming. We can't.
I had one more thing. Micah, can we do it paving in time, just a little bit, right there back home? Stop not grabbing the main street, you know, when you stop And he's something there, so that's the right thing there in front of the road. That place is so bad, I mean, I'm just wondering if we could put it up.
We can look at that.
Yeah, because it's really bad. I didn't think we could do anything like that. So we can do it. I thought it was great place to do that.
Yeah, somebody, let me look at it, see, maybe if you post that money. Somebody.
I don't think this is really. I think it's in here as district.
All right. Well, there being nothing else for the work. We're gonna adjourn and, you know, 5 o'clock.
I can get mine. It's fine. Don't have to do anything with it again, so we adjourn. So then I can get the time off of here.
Got some sugar in bag, back in my throat, you know, I had sweet corn. It's shoved in plastic bag, go back in the throat. And I'm gonna be getting out pretty quick.
Did you roll it up before?
I will, indeed.